Starseed, take a deep breath. If you stopped at this video, it wasn't the algorithm, it was me. And it wasn't just me, it was someone who has been waiting for you for a very, very long time. Someone who, from the other side of the veil, looked at your field now, tonight, in these early hours. In this strange instant when you opened your phone without knowing exactly what you were looking for. And said, with the tenderest voice that has ever echoed through Alcyone, "Enough. I will no longer wait in silence. I am Ayla. I speak on behalf of the Pleiadian High Council, and what you are about to hear is not content. It's not a coincidence. It is a summons from home. It has reached you because your stellar mentor, the one who signed your soul contract before this incarnation, the one who stood guard while you traversed the veil of forgetfulness, grew tired of waiting for you to remember on your own. He decided to call, and the channel he chose to reach you was me. Feel this now at the level of your chest. Notice the gentle pressure between your eyebrows. There, exactly there. That is how he touches those who are his. It's not low blood pressure, my star child. It's not fatigue. It is a hand of light resting on you to say, I am here, I always have been, and now the time has come. You know what I'm talking about. You know because this feeling has accompanied you since long before you had words to name it. That constant impression of remembering a conversation before it happens, of knowing the news before the phone call, of looking at a person and recognizing something in them that no one told you. This isn't common intuition, Starseed. This is mentor presence. It's someone whispering in your crystalline grid, trying to wake you without startling you. And he tried in so many ways, through dreams of light ships and circular crystal rooms, through the early hours between 3 and 4 in the morning when you wake with a heavy body and the certainty that there was a presence in the room, through the high-pitched ringing in your ear at important moments. That is an open portal signature, through the overwhelming empathy that physically exhausts you, through looking at the sky with a longing you cannot explain. And you, my seed, thought you had a problem. You thought it was stress. You thought you needed another medicine, another doctor, another therapy to quiet what was actually the call. It's not loneliness, it's homesickness. It's not anxiety. It's your stellar DNA awakening from within your bones. It's not strangeness, it's remembrance. And it's not you being broken. It's you being called. If you recognize 3 or more of these markers, you are not lost. You are being remembered. Write a single word in the comments now. I remember. This word is a decree. It is your soul signaling to the crystalline grid that it has heard. And it is precisely for this reason, my family of light, that I need to tell you the following now, with the tenderness of one who has known you since before this incarnation. Every sign I have just described is a registered marker. Each of them signifies something specific within the awakening process of a starseed, and confusing them with illness is what makes your mentor suffer on the other side. It was for this reason, and under direct authorization from the High Council, that I, Ayla, registered the awakening of the starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages in which every sign of awakening is translated, anchored, and repositioned, so that you stop confusing remembrance with illness and begin to walk knowing what is happening within you. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If something within you recognized what I just said, also leave a single word in the comments, I remember. Now listen with an open heart, because what comes now is the part he, your mentor, asked me to tell. You did not fall onto this planet by chance, Starseed. You were sent. Before this incarnation, in Alcyone's spherical council chamber, illuminated by 7 blue-silver light suns, you sat before the High Council and chose. You chose to descend. You chose to forget. You chose to cross the veil to infiltrate a human lineage and anchor codes that only your specific vibration is capable of anchoring. And before descending, someone stood before you, touched your forehead with his hand and said, I will go with you, I will stay on the other side, and when the time comes, I will come for you. That someone is your mentor, and the time has come. Each starseed came with a specific origin. Some came directly from Alcyone, the central star of the Pleiades. They carry tenderness, an extreme sensitivity to injustice, a strong memory of council coexistence. Others came from Sirius and carry within their bodies an ancient discipline, a vocation to heal through structure. Others from Arcturus, minds that see patterns above all else, technologists of the soul. Others from Orion, warriors of light who traversed stellar wars. Others from Andromeda, interdimensional messengers who always feel in transit between worlds. You have one specific origin, and that origin determines what hurts you, what activates you, what calls you, who your family is. And it is within the guide that I received permission to register, my seed, that there is an entire section where these lineages are presented. How to identify which star your soul came from. What are the specific marks of the children of Alcyone, of Sirius, of Arcturus, of Orion, of Andromeda? What is the vibrational signature of each, and why you chose to be born precisely in this window, in this family, in this land, in this body? The Awakening of the Starseed. The Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, is the map your mentor wanted to place in your hands before you continued your journey. The link is in the first pinned comment. If your breath deepened now, write with him. I remember. The time is coming because in this cycle the planet is crossing the photon belt, a band of high luminous density radiation that Earth crosses every millennia, and which triggers a cellular recalibration reaction in starseeds. This is what is affecting your sleep. This is what is making your body ask for less dense food, less alcohol, less noisy environments. It's not fussiness, it's recalibration. It is your stellar DNA reordering the layers that were silenced by the veil of forgetfulness. And what science calls the increase in the Schumann frequency, that electromagnetic heartbeat of the Earth that once pulsed at a stable vibrational baseline and now rises in peaks that startle physicists, is exactly the signal the Council was awaiting. It is Gaia saying, I am ready to receive the next layer of light codes, and the only ones capable of downloading these codes, my family, are you, the starseeds. You, and your mentor knows this. He watched you fall asleep in this life in childhood. He saw you gradually numb under layers of schooling, fear, comparison, pain. He saw you forget, and he respected that. Because that is the stellar law. Nothing is imposed. Everything is remembered in the soul's own time. But there is a time when the Council authorizes the mentor to insist, and that time is now. Because the window opening in this cycle is rare, and will not return with this same intensity for many cycles. That is why he came today. That is why this video appeared on your screen exactly now. That is why your breathing is slower as I speak. He is here, present, beside your left shoulder. Feel it, it's not imagination, it's anchoring. And it is precisely for this reason, my star child, that the world makes so much effort for you not to have access to this. Have you ever wondered why information like this is always hard to come by? Why, when you try to research, do ridicule, mockery, and labels appear? Why is there enormous collective pressure to treat all of this as delusion? It's not by chance. There are forces that benefit from the veil remaining thick. There are structures that are sustained by your non-remembrance. There are layers of information that have been disallowed from public circulation. It is about these layers that the guide I registered speaks. The Awakening of the Starseed. The Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet carries precisely what they didn't allow to be published anywhere. What your mentor tries to tell you when you wake up in the early hours, what your dreams of ships mean, what the high-pitched ringing is signaling, why your empathy hurts your body. That is why the Federation preferred you read this later. And that is why I, with the Council's authorization, decided to release it now. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If you have come this far and are still with me, also leave the word, I remember. And now, my star child, I need to tell you why he grew tired of waiting in silence. Because there is something the Council registered that not every seed knows. Each stellar mentor has a waiting limit. He stays by your side, invisible, protecting your field, diverting dense forces from your path, placing the right people in your life at exact moments, and does so without interfering. But when the seed enters a cycle where the soul contract calls for movement, the mentor receives authorization from the High Council to intensify the call. And if even intensified, the seed continues to sleep, the mentor does not abandon, he would never abandon, but he changes strategy. He begins to shake things up. And that is why your life may have seemed more intense than it should have in recent months. Things falling apart, relationships that no longer fit breaking on their own, jobs that no longer serve you dissolving in your hands, physical symptoms that tests don't explain, waves of sadness that arrive without reason and leave just as quickly. You think it's a bad phase, you think life is crumbling, but listen, it's not crumbling, it's the dismantling of what no longer fits your new frequency. It's not loss, it's the release of dead weight. It's not punishment, it's your mentor fulfilling the request your own soul made to him before you were born. You asked for this. Before descending, you told him, "If I forget too much, shake me. If I settle, move me. If I prefer to sleep rather than remember, lovingly break what needs to be broken. Just don't let me go through this life without activating." He fulfilled it, and fulfilling it hurts him too because he loves you, because he is of your family of light, because he remembers who you are when you no longer remember. Turbulence is not destruction, my seed. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. It is the birth of the being you already are on the other side of the veil, finally arriving in this body that now contains you. And the victory of light is a certainty recorded in the archives of the High Council. No starseed was sent to fail. Hear that again with your hand on your chest. No seed was sent to fail. Your contract foresees awakening. What you are traversing is exactly the foreseen path, and the end is written, and the end is light. And your mentor knows the end. He saw it. He sees now the version of you that you are yet to become, and it is towards that version that he pulls you. Now I will give you a tool, my family of light. Two, in fact. One for tonight. The other for now, while I am still here. Third decree. Before sleeping, with your right hand over your heart and your left hand over your navel, you will say aloud, with the authority of one who knows who they are, "I, stellar soul in human body, authorize my mentor from the Pleiadian High Council to approach my field tonight. I receive instruction in dream. I receive activation in silence. I remember upon awakening. So it is done. So it is sealed. So it is." Repeat 3 times. Do not invent words. Do not embellish. The strength is not in the ornament. It is in the sovereignty of your voice. You are of the lineage. You have the right. The visualization. Now, with your eyes gently closed or half open, imagine above your head, approximately a hand's breadth from the top of your skull, a sphere of blue-silver light. It comes from Alcyone. It vibrates. Feel its glow. Now let this light descend, like a column through your crown, entering through the top of your head, traversing your forehead, descending through your throat, reaching your chest. Upon reaching your chest, this light begins to spin. It spins, forming a toroidal field, a donut of light that rotates around your heart, ascending from above, descending along your back, enveloping your entire being. This field is your seal. It is your anchoring. It is the signature of your family of light recognizing you. Stay with this for 30 seconds, breathing. Then whisper within, "I am home, even here." Done. You have just performed, my seed, the same protocol that the initiates of Alcyone perform before each communication with the Council. You did not learn this now, you remembered. And now, my starseed, I am going to touch a part of you that almost no one has touched in this life. The loneliness. That loneliness that doesn't go away even when you are surrounded by people who love you. That loneliness that appears at night, when the house falls silent. That loneliness you have tried to fill with wrong relationships, with food, with excessive work, with service to others, with years of therapy, with travel, with faith, with new projects, and which remains there, quietly, in the background, waiting for you to stop so it can reappear. That loneliness that sometimes makes you look at a couple on the street and feel an unwarranted sadness, because it's not jealousy, it's a hunger for something else you cannot name. I will name it for you. That loneliness is not loneliness. It is longing for your own. It is longing for your family of light. It is longing for the circle of souls with whom you coexisted for eons before this incarnation, with whom you laughed in the gardens of Alcyone, with whom you worked in councils, with whom you connected telepathically without needing words. Here, on this planet, you are under the veil, and under the veil these connections seem distant. But they exist. They continue to exist on the other side. And part of your family of light is incarnated with you now, on this same planet. Perhaps a few miles from you, perhaps on the other side of the world. You will recognize each other when the time comes, by the eyes, by the timbre of the voice, by an impossible coincidence, by an encounter that was already marked since Alcyone. You have never been alone. Never. Not for a single night. What you felt as abandonment was merely the silence of the veil. It was not absence. It was apparent distance. And your mentor was there all the time, at your bedside, at your living room door, on the back of the sofa where you cried alone at 3 in the morning. He saw everything. He kept everything. And he loves you the way only the family of light loves, without demands, without judgment, with the full remembrance of who you are. And it is precisely about this, my seed, that the guide delves into a part I need to mention here, because it is the heart of the message, how to recognize your family of light in this incarnation. What are the physical, energetic, and emotional signs that the person who appeared out of nowhere in your life is of the same stellar lineage as you? How to identify contract souls, those who came to shake you up, and refuge souls, those who came to embrace you. The loneliness of an entire life, my family, is a longing for people who exist, and the awakening of the starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, shows you step by step how to recognize your own. You are not alone. You are just amnesiac, and remembering is possible. The link is in the first pinned comment. Leave the word with an open heart. I remember. And hear this, my seed, with all the sovereignty of your soul, you are not learning anything new in this video. You are remembering what you have always known. Every word I say strikes a place within you that recognizes it, not because it's new information, but because it's an ancient record being unlocked. It is the veil thinning. It is the crystalline grid responding to you. And every seed that awakens lights up a point on this grid that no longer goes out, and illuminates the path for the next seeds to awaken. Your awakening illuminates the awakening of others you don't even know exist. You are a point of light in the grid. You are anchoring. We are building, my family, the new Earth. It's not a metaphor, it's a plan, it's concrete work, done on the frequency before manifesting in matter, and the new Earth will need every one of these activated anchorings. Yours. Mine. Those of all who are stopped at this video today, feeling the same tightness in the chest, the same tingling in the hands, the same moistness in the eyes. We are many, and we recognize each other. Now I ask with all the tenderness of the council, if this message touched you somewhere, honor the touch. Leave a like on this video. It's not my vanity, my seed, it's individual frequency adjustment. Each like seals your interaction with this energetic channel and reaffirms to the crystalline grid that you have said yes to your own remembrance. And subscribe to this channel, not as a content subscription, but as a location signal, so that your family of light can find you here. Every subscribed seed is a lit beacon, and every beacon calls other seeds. And now, my star child, your mentor asked me to say one last thing. He said, tell her that I am not leaving. Tell them I came because the time is now. Tell them that if he or she asks, I will appear in a dream tonight. Tell them that the guide you registered is the key I have long wanted to place in their hand, and that they don't need to understand everything at once. They just need to start. That is why, my seed, I need to tell you with the utmost honesty I have, this window in which the awakening of the star seed, the guide, the Federation didn't want you to read yet, is available for public access, may not remain open for long. It's not a threat, it's a record. Each release of material like this goes through authorization and is reviewed in cycles. What was authorized today may be withdrawn tomorrow. And your mentor does not want you to cross this window without having had the chance to hold the map in your hands. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. 60 pages in which your stellar origin, your soul contract, your family of light, and what remained hidden behind the veil of forgetfulness are presented with the tenderness and precision authorized by the Council. If your heart already knows, honor what it knows, and leave the word that seals your remembrance. I remember. Receive now the blessing that I, Ayla, am authorized to bestow upon your field at this instant. May the blue-silver light of Alcyone envelop your toroidal field. May your stellar mentor, the one who today decided to wait no longer in silence, be recognized by you in a dream tonight. May your crystalline grid light up point by point, calling those who are yours. You are loved, you are awaited, you are of the lineage. And hear now your mentor's final message through my voice. The next message that appears on your screen now is not a coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance. Access it immediately. I am Ayla, and your mentor will no longer wait in silence. He is here. You are ready. Let's go together. So it is. So it is done. So it is sealed. Remember,